Hello everybody and welcome back to Tree of Tranquility. We are now on the 25th day of winter, which also happens to be the Starry Night Festival. And you can see that we can see that festival starting at 7 p.m. today. So we have a long day ahead of us of trying to kill a little bit of time until that festival rolls around. So to start out with, I think it's probably just obvious that we take care of the animals and do the daily chores first. I honestly don't really have much planned for this video, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge to pass 12 hours of in-game time, but I'm sure I'll find something to do. I do have my sickle in my bag, so I could take care of the weeds. I can do some foraging. There. I don't think I have my shears in my bag, and I do need to shear my sheep. I might have to go grab that later. No, actually, I do have them. Okay, well, great. I can do that while I'm out here. I'll go see what the silkworm is up to and gather my eggs. We can see that the cow is still a baby, of course. It's going to be a baby for quite a while. And I still haven't gone to pick up the milker, but I guess that is a good reminder that I have to do that at some point before the cow grows up so that I'm actually able to get milk when it does become an adult. After this, I'll have to go and turn my wool into yarn. And that should about take care of all of the animal-based chores. I'll ship those right away before I forget. I was hoping that the silkworm might give me a cocoon so that I could make some more yarn, but I guess that's not going to be the case today. We're just going to have to be happy with this. I don't have any herbs on me to dye that yarn, but I do have some at home. I guess I'll bust out my sickle here and I'll do a little bit of maintenance and talk a little bit more about the festival. If you want to invite a date to the festival, you have to do it the day before. So basically, I invited my date that I'm going to go to the festival with to go with me yesterday. You sort of have to ask them and set up the meeting. All candidates have the event at the same place. It will always take place at the Brownie Ranch Meadow, regardless of if you're playing as a boy or a girl. It will always be at the same time as well, so there really are no differences to worry about that you have to sort of keep track of. You can see we have a couple of trees coming in. And I actually do have my axe in my bag too, so I should take care of these stray little stumps that I'm finding laying around as well. I do have some gifts in my inventory, but it's probably not worth going to give those out today. I could possibly put a few people on my tracker and maybe find them walking around, but because it's a holiday, people's schedules are very, very sporadic, and if they happen to be inside of a building or something like that, I'm not going to be able to access any of those buildings. So I think it's probably just best if we walk around and maybe try and see if we can't find somebody just to talk to. Maybe they have something to say about the festival. And then along the way, I'll see if I can't pick up a few things here and there for some profits and whatnot. And I did test out all of the events with the bachelors, with the exception, of course, of Julius, because he's not here. And Chase currently also does not have a high enough friendship level. So I have all of the guys currently, with the exception of Chase, at 3 hearts, and 3 hearts was enough to ask them all to come to the festival with me. Unfortunately, I don't have a bachelor currently at 2 hearts in order to test whether 2 hearts is enough or whether 3 is the minimum. So anything lower than 3 currently I've been able to test is not enough. If somebody has any information for me and could maybe let me know, or let people know in the comments if you're able to ask a candidate at 2 hearts or not, that would be really good information to have, because unfortunately, like I said, I was not actually able to test that myself. And so I will at a later date go ahead and upload those events with all of the other bachelors we don't see in the video today. I also found yesterday while I was giving out gifts, I wasn't able to give the gifts out until I picked the person that I wanted to go to the festival with. Even if I were to interact with the bachelor while holding a gift in my hand, and I wanted to sort of skip through the dialogue but rather give the gift instead, it wouldn't allow me to do that. It actually would put me right into that scene where they ask if I want to go to the festival with them. So as soon as I picked my date, I could talk to all the other bachelors normally. And the other interesting thing that I found was you can keep saying no over and over and over and over again for some reason, which I guess is a good thing, because if you were to accidentally say no to a bachelor you really wanted to go with and you didn't mean to, you could ask them again if they wanted to go, and you would then be able to correct it and go to the festival with them. So that's sort of nice. While I was recording the events, I found them all to be pretty similar. There are definitely some mild differences depending on your bachelor or bachelorette's personality, but it's all very similar. Walking all the way across the Brownie Ranch property killed a bit of time. I'm actually surprised at how much time I was able to actually pass there. Still have a few hours though. What I might do is I might go up to the mountain really quick and see if I can't find some bamboo shoots or something like that, because those actually sell for a decent amount of money. And I picked a bachelor totally at random, so like I said, if you're worried about missing the other events or you're curious about those, I will be uploading those at a later time. And like I said, not a lot of people out today. Jin and Craig are about the only 2 people I've seen so far. I have a feeling there would probably be a couple more people around Waffle Town, but I tend not to go there that often. My daily routine is usually to go up to the Garmin Mine District and around, and so Waffle Town's usually the last area that I sort of hit. But I have been really diligent about giving out gifts. I think even since my last upload, which was only a few days ago, I managed to increase a couple of people's hearts. So if you find the right gifts, it really isn't that difficult to do. I guess I can run to the shipping box in this area really quick, throw those couple of things in there, and then take off and meet my date. My mystery date. I think yeah, there it is. I think the box is around here somewhere. I would hope so. I wish I had more to sort of tell you guys, but because this has been a bit of a busy week, there are 3 festivals in this week alone, I haven't really had much time to do much. I've made a lot of money, but I haven't really had any time to spend it or a lot of time to plan on a couple of things I'm going to talk about next. So anytime after 7 o'clock when the stars have come out, you will have to walk below Alan's tree in order to trigger the date event with whichever date you picked. And for me, I chose Gil. He was the first person that I walked into yesterday. So the two of you will sit under Alan's tree and you'll look for shooting stars. The light shining from stars is millions of years old. Isn't that incredible? And now we're seeing that light together. What a wonder. What a nice night. I'll never forget it. Good night. So it is really nice that we have finally, after pretty much a whole year of failed date events, that we've been able to see one of them at the very least, but it was very short and a little bit underwhelming. I think even a cute little kiss on the cheek or something would have made it a little bit better. Or maybe the candidate could have offered to walk you home or something like that. That would have been nice because, as you can see, the festival will end at 10 o'clock and you still have to walk home afterwards, which can take a while. Hopefully, as time goes on, I'll be able to record more events and we'll be able to actually see those before I go and get married. Because even if the events are brief, I personally like to see all the differences between all the different characters. It does sort of show the personality differences between them all. I think Gil is very well-read and he considers himself to be sort of smart, and he's maybe a little bit proper and stuck up, and so I think his dialogue kind of reflects that a little bit. Whereas if you were to go out with someone like Owen or Luke, you would most likely get much different dialogue from people who were a lot more laid back. So the day now is rolling over to the 26th, and now I will only have 2 more days to play before we end up at the very last day of the year, the 28th, which is also going to be our New Year's Eve festival. So there's going to be some things to talk about and we can reflect on the year that's passed by, and then before we know it we'll be into year 2, which really flew by. It's kind of surprising how fast I was able to make it through the whole year, which is pretty exciting. I'm very excited to start off in year 2. I want to thank you all so very much for watching, and hopefully I will see you next time.